You're walking in the air.
God damn it.
Midnight sky. So yes,
Follow the slightly green.
as you guys are
It's
literally
not.
zooming through the sky, with I imagine Ulan taking lead on this, considering you're at the front.
Does he know where we're going?
All fighters follow me. I'm like lindoing.
It's considering how high up you guys have traveled at this point. You're slightly above the amount of wind that's been blowing through this area, so it's a little calmer, and you've got a pretty decent vantage point looking down across the entire valley itself. And as you keep going forwards, you see the tundra that turns into the mountain way, which you can see in the distance the crater which surrounds the caldera towards the monastery. And it goes by insanely quick, as traveling on foot you were going relatively slow, traveling as your usual 30. You're traveling easily 20 times that at this point.
Yeah, 600.
So,
20
yeah.
times.
You're and almost before you even realize, you all become to slow down as you see the caldera below you. This gigantic bowl, which is now kind of frosted at this point, and you can see in the center, almost like a chimney, the platform, which is so very indescript in its design. It's almost a penny in your viewpoint, and you all go into a dive towards, and you see there's several guards mounted out, which don't really pay attention as mist beams to roll down the side of this this cliff face, and you all make your way to the base, almost like surface mist across the floor, which isn't actually that odd considering how cold it is at night. You're just this
It's a natural phenomenon.
yeah, you're just this lovely little misty area around the bottom of the platform.
That is slightly colored in different colors.
As you briefly take a moment to reshape, or is people just going to stay in mist form?
I am flying to bed first, then I'm gonna check.
He's
Alright.
gonna fly into bed and then change back.
You just dive through, and you feel the heat through your misty form begin to cause you to slightly expand and shape from the heat, and almost
A little bloating there, Aaron.
Wow.
it's pretty much silent down in the main forge, and you fly towards, and you get to your door, and it's closed.
Well. Damn it.
I mean, you're made of gas. Can you just pass under the door?
Does Aaron realize that?
I don't know.
for the first 5 minutes, I'm gonna try to grab the handle. And then I'm gonna sigh and revert and just go in and pass out.
Alright. And everyone else takes a minute to revert back.
Yeah. 'cause I
I'm gonna
still need
revert
to-
in midair and then just like superhero
Yeah.
landing down because I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing, because why not? Monks. Monkey business.
You see the three other following you land, see you guys also change back and begin also shifting back. Almost as your incorporeal mist forms begin to gather together and almost become solids. Almost in a reverse
we
In
effect.
fact, can I
In
time it so
different
that
clothing.
I return to Ulan the second I hit the ground?
Sure.
Just that it looks maximum badass.
And yeah, as you reform, some of the guards notice you. Sorry.
Hello.
That's a interesting trick.
Not to be particular, but I would shut up defenses. We have rattled a beehive of giants.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we may have pissed the giants off and they'll be coming after us. Well, we killed a bunch of them.
We killed the
We killed the leader.
the headmaster thingy and his second in command. So
Right. Are there any of the masters still up? Ket.
Ket
Duran,
would
maybe.
also be awake in his forge, but the others would be sleeping at this point.
Right. So I
It
will.
might be wise to rouse them.
Give them a couple hours. It is soon to be daylight.
nah, that's true.
Does it require immediate attention?
Well,
Well,
we don't know how the giants are going to react to what we did, which is what we were sent to do.
And
Why don't
I
we do
know
this?
Where we're
You
from,
guys,
but
why don't we do this? You guys shore up defenses, and we talk to Ket in the meantime. You should probably know. Right. Someone is a bit frantic, like.
You'll find Ket down in the training halls.
Right. I'm gonna go and trying to talk to Ket.
We'll keep
Someone doesn't follow.
watch.
I will stay up with the watch so that I can sending stone down to people if anything happens.
Okay.
And I'd like to
Thank you, Ray.
cross-legged
Really
in,
personal.
short rest while I'm at it, kind of thing.
You can attempt to start that. Yes.
Or like begin a short rest. You know what I mean?
As
Okay,
you're up
top of the
there,
line.
the other three, Morinth comes out, and then finally Ro and Jonga revert back as well.
I'm staying with. What's the names? Uland and Ifma.
What's their
Wow.
names?
What's their names?
Wow.
Wow.
How long
Lovely.
have we been traveling together?
That is Claire. If you haven't noticed, I can't really English today.
Can't
Yeah.
English. But yes,
Wow.
both Ro leads Jonga down below, back into the actual monastery itself. Synergy, you go look for Ket,
Yeah.
and you know exactly where to go as you head down, and you find him training alone in the hall itself.
God damn it. Sorry.
I've been waiting for that one.
Unfortunately, it's not spelled like that, but good try. And he's just sitting, meditating in the center of the room, giving off this presence of heat as he's holding in front this ball of metal.
Alright. I'm gonna approach respectfully. See if he notices me.
You see a bead of light appear in one of his sockets.
Master Ket.
Synergy.
Hoping I'm not disturbing too much.
Sit. Why have you come here? Is something amiss?
No, we returned for the mission we were sent to. And you are the only master who is currently awake, so to speak.
The business Dorand and Desmi
Yes.
sent you towards. It has been...
It has been done. The head of the giants has been dealt with. And so we discovered the second in command. They probably will be disorganized for the time being, but they are aware that the leaders have been assassinated. So they might retaliate. It might be a good idea to keep an extra watch.
The problem was their leader. Now they may return to more neutrality.
Maybe. Hopefully. Just wanted to...
The leader as bad as we expected.
It was strange. First of all, we should mention that it wasn't just giants. And what's the name of the thing? Always remember the this is out of game. The smallish. No. The
Illithid.
other.
Grimlock.
Yeah, not the Illithid. The Grimlock. Yeah, it wasn't just giants. The Grimlocks. We found another creature there. I didn't see it myself, but apparently there was an Illithid. I think it's called.
The
Strange creature.
giants never dealt with Grimlocks, as they are from below.
Yes, Grimlocks and Illithid, which is the strange creatures with tentacles for faces.
As he actually gives a kind of grimace. Illithids.
One last thing, the giant had markings on his body.
Runes.
Were they runes?
It definitely looked
They
like
were
it.
kind of like tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have seen that. I was right there.
From my expertise.
They're definitely patterns. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My expertise in runing and chanting. Would they be the same, basically?
Technically, you don't have expertise in, but
No,
you
well,
definitely
no,
know there's a
but-
pattern to them, and they were glowing. So
And they dissipated when he died.
you can use that
Yeah.
information for a
Yeah.
reasonable circumstance.
It seems like he had gotten enchanted tattoos or something.
You're not there, but are you there? I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
there. I said I followed him.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
you followed. Okay. You two are there.
I'm
I was,
just quiet because I'm scared of this guy.
I was like, hold on, who's here? Okay, so yes, you both are. All right. Magic from giants and
Illithid
Connection.
magic giants. Yes.
to illithids. Troubling.
I should also mention that when we assaulted the Thag some days back,
Weak.
because we traveled a lot,
Yeah.
some weeks ago. Yeah, it is days. It
Yeah,
is
it's
weeks.
days, but it's about a week. But yes.
Almost a week back now, when we fought the leaders of the Drows, we found some magic casters and priestess, maybe. They had a face that was similar to the Illithid, but not quite there, I'm told. Just tentacles, not human-like, but with tentacles. Drow-like, but with tentacles, if that makes sense.
Mutation.
Mutations, yes, but I don't know. Maybe it had some connection with Illithids. There might be something worth investigating, at least.
Miss Bone Crack was right.
What was the name?
Bone Crack.
Crack. Okay.
That's Ro, right?
It seems the guest that arrived is more information than she lets on.
We did rescue, while we were there, a prisoner of the giants.
Prisoner.
Yes. His name is Janga, I believe, and he's not of any race that I immediately recognize. He calls himself a Tabaxi. That sounds familiar. The one thing I do know is that Ro did find him familiar. They knew each other.
ask. If you have questions, go to the one that has the source.
Yeah. I think that might be a good plan. Thank you, Master. As usual, your wisdom is a guiding light in these strange times.
Keep strong, Senator. Something is awry.
And I nod, and I slowly walk away.
No.
Yes, as I leave, start to leave.
And his eyes dim out again, and the ball in his hand begins to spin. What's everyone else doing? Sleeping? Wing laptop? And...
I guess people are doing stuff.
well, most people seem to be sleeping or
I'm just
watching.
waiting and keeping watching.
Yeah.
I'm
Someone's gonna go up there.
Okay, you head up as well. It is night, so at some point, those are going to need to make Constitution saves.
Well, I will spend the time up there, reflecting, meditating for a bit before I will go down and find my room.
All right.
I will obviously say goodnight first.
Good courtesy.
All right. Yeah. Give me a wisdom check. Your name is a mess.
Yes, it is.
Fair enough. As everyone else does their things for the evening, those staying awake to do watch, give me a Constitution.
Oh,
Wow.
Oof.
that was nearly 18.
Alright. For the time being, the two of you, Savant and Ulan, have a point of exhaustion as you stay up, keeping watch. As you do, all three of you can give me perception checks. As you try to keep yourselves awake. Actually, those with exhaustion do at disadvantage. Sorry.
That's
All
true.
ability checks are at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
If I feel myself getting tired, can I just go to sleep then?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay.
Rather than.
Yeah. It was those that actually were forcing themselves to stay up. So if you're not forcing yourself, then fine.
I'm gonna force myself because
Okay.
I'm
So
sorry.
it's just you two. So
I'm also
yours
using
was
hit dice.
12 and I think it was 15. Okay. So the two of you keep watch for the evening with the rest of the guards. That's a lot of hit die. As you keep watch, you don't see any movements per se. You do see Jonga come out into the fresh air for a bit, and he does a loop around the outside of the caldera, which is pretty wide. But you don't noticing anything different. As the night draws on, Samantha, you're going to stay awake for the rest of the time?
Yeah.
Alright. As everyone else goes back to sleep. Or to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have found Seren eventually.
Sarah, are you sleeping or staying awake?
She's probably already passed out. in bed.
Okay.
Yeah. If I see her passed out in bed, I kind of tuck her in as much as I can.
Aw.
And I'm just gonna go to sleep too, because that was fucking exhausting.
Alright.
What happens with hit points when you sleep again? It's been so long since I've recovered hit points that way.
It's instant, you go to max, and you gain half
Okay.
your hit point. Your hit die.
Okay.
And I do actually technically level up now.
Ah, yeah, technically.
Mhm.
As everyone goes to sleep, both Yeah, Ithamore and Serafina. Sanity check from each of you, please. Actually, no. Ithamore, you're staying away. Never mind. It's just Serafina. 16. Alright. Even though you're... the meditation didn't go very well in terms of focusing. As a lot of things happened. You managed to go into a sleep state where you experience reoccurring things of seeing that same chamber of dark red.
My brain study.
And the sphere that was in the center of the room, which was almost chained down. And you almost experience a second one, the one in front of you and another one behind you, which seems to be drawn by a thread. And the difference in size, the one behind you, incomparably larger than the center one. Even though the size is the same, you feel almost the contents is different, which is hard to put as you're looking at it, but it seems smaller. As the night goes on, nothing occurs above. You do see, however, Ro does appear briefly to see with the guards that nothing's gone awry, and then she disappears below.
After about 4 hours watch, if nothing turns up, I'll go and take my long rest then.
Alright. Sivan?
He's staying up.
Alright. As night passes, eventually, and the break of sunlight comes over the top of the caldera, Sivan, you are cold. Even with the wrappings and a cloak, there's definitely some frostbite. Just from being outside, as the guards actually doing rotations. Everyone else, though, you'd finish your long rest, and eventually arise to a new day.
Okay.
So, as the hustle and bustle of the monastery becomes into full of monks moving around, doing their daily work and chores and practices, what would the rest of you like to do?
I would like to take my head on.
You put it on in the morning. It's just as you left it. It's a little warmer, but it's about the same.
I'd like to go and see if there are still muffins at breakfast.
They're not on the table. However, the gentleman who was doing most of the cooking, doing all of what seemed to be most of the oven cooked stuff, notices you as you walk in and is like, "I got ya," and disappears, and then reappears again with a plate of muffins. I heard you came back. Here's what I imagine you're after. And slides a plate across the
It
table.
most certainly is. And I immediately devour them all.
Adriano, you're typing a lot.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I always forget to mute the thing, but I was done.
It's amazing. So, as everyone else sits down for breakfast, Savannah eventually comes down.
Nope, he's gonna sit up there.
Oh gosh, okay. Give me a... Yeah, this is probably Constitution, just to see if you actually fall asleep while you're up there. Okay. You feel your eyes dropping, and you kind of shake your head to keep yourself up. The chill as well is keeping you from shivering, which is also helping you stay awake. But
If you, I'm gonna whisper to you what he's waiting for.
okay.
In the meantime, is everyone else except Aaron in the? Because I'm expecting that Aaron is probably not awake
Aaron's
yet.
definitely probably sleeping still.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm also 4 hours behind the rest of you, so I'm just sitting quietly in my room.
Okay.
But
So
I
I'm
probably
talking.
won't be around until Aaron is.
So I'm talking to whatever is inside the common room right now eating. And by the way, is Ro and Janga in there yet?
As you actually are about to start talking, you see the Goliath Vicar step to the side of the archway into the common room. It just leans against it.
So I'm gonna talk to the group and says, well, I do have a lot of weapons that I cannot make head or tails of. Is anyone is good with magic or any other sort of stuff?
Oh.
Want to?
That seems like a Seraphina thing.
Yeah, this is why I brought out.
Breakfast
And
magical analysis. Yay. Muffins and magical items. That's favourite things.
yeah,
These are
and I'm
a
just
few of
gonna
my
put the weapon on the
favourite
table and
when
see
the
if any
drought
Seraphina feeling like identifying them. And then I'm just gonna say, also, I did have a talk yesterday with Master Cat. He did tell me that apparently a friend Goliath knows more than she lets on. We should definitely have a talk with her.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, we could invite her for brunch right now.
I look around, can Ulan see where she is?
She's a Goliath and she's standing at the doorway, so yes.
Hey Rome, come have muffins.
I still want
Downstairs,
Ulan's muffins.
4 hours.
Do I see the muffin being stolen?
Give me a... Actually, no, Seraphina, give me a sleight of hand.
Awesome.
This is against Ulan's perception.
Nope.
Oh, nope. You see this tiny hand reaching out and pulling one.
I just look her dead in the eyes and watch her do it. And then look away.
I grin.
And you hear coming from the doorway, 4 hours.
What about it?
I think that's her way of asking us to meet her downstairs in 4 hours.
Remember, there was a meeting that we were supposed to do
Yeah.
today.
Right, that is true.
Ah.
All right, 4 hours.
Great.
4 hour what?
We were supposed to meet
Tour?
today. You know.
Oh, no, wait, that's a 3-hour tour. Never mind.
It's 4 hour until we meet her, apparently. Well,
Alright.
at least I'm assuming that by that point everyone else will be awake.
With luck.
So, good luck. I mean, Harold doesn't need his beauty sleep, but I mean,
No,
great on him.
he seriously needs it.
Yeah, and this is probably where I'm going to log off.
Alright.
Yeah, just keep me informed on whatever Rose is going to tell us, because I am curious.
Oh yeah, no.
And considering it was for the broken compass, it probably would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I
Alright.
will see you guys all next time.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
see ya, man.
Bye!
Fine.
What is that
Well,
for, Seraphina?
Recharging.
Oh.
Which went well.
I can tell. Yeah, and actually, as you saw Ro leave, you also see just a glimpse of fur kind of appear for a second, and then the swish of a tail vanishing as well. With the time and the day prepared, what are the rest of you going to do as you finish up your breakfast meal of standards and muffins?
I'm gonna go do some monkey stuff.
Wow.
Monkey stuff. Sure. Where? Training room?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. You head down in the morning for the training room. And at this point, you've recognized that's at this point in the morning, it's a little empty. It's mostly where everyone does their stretching for the morning before the rest of the day. And actually, as you go down, you also see Shay.
I wave.
She's going to stop for a second. Oh. Oh. Hola.
Hey, Shay, what's shaking? Oh my god, did I just go there?
She just scowls. And then carries on walking.
Ah, fair enough. That's an appropriate response.
As you get down, it's actually quite empty, as it seems a lot of them were doing their guarding duties, so they're sleeping at this point. But a lot of the people that are down here, about a dozen, are stretching. You do also see Desmi at the far back, preparing for the session.
I'll do some Windy Wood Monk stretchy things. Do some yoga
Sure.
to get ready for the lesson.
As most of the training from the monks is a lot more physical based, yours are very much about flexibility, which is very slightly different. But you do pick up some of the ones they do as well. She refused to be taken, please. And actually, several of the monks actually see Shay and give her good morning, and then see you behind her and also give you a greeting of a bow.
I also bow.
As you just gonna join in?
Yeah, just join in with the training thing.
Yeah, just give me a straight athletics, just to see how you go. See all that fighting yesterday. Oof. Yeah. Actually, Shay gives you some tips as well, which is more in pointing than actually saying anything. But from actually watching for some time at this point, and just getting the hang of what the style is here, you do quickly pick up some of the stances as you follow through with some of their training, which is going to go on for some time. What's everyone else up to? Was people just going to relax?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cast Detect Magic so I can see which of the weapons are magical, if any
Yep.
of them is magical.
All
I'll
right.
sit with Serafina and just, hand her a weapon, take away the next. I'll help her. Whatever I can do.
But if any is magical.
Yeah. You have to literally clear like half a table to
Yeah.
lay out your stuff, as well as the items.
That's the wrong place, Sarah. The javelins go on the left of the place setting.
Oh, Jesus. Now you're telling me. I always thought it was on the right. God damn it. Oh, it's the halberd that goes on the right.
That's right.
Just looking at the weapons, Saren, you can tell like one is pretty awesome. With these like jagged edges, like lightning bolts, as well as the halberd looks super cool. As the metal itself is this kind of like blackish red, almost like molten lava had stopped for a second.
Wow. That's just cool.
And it's just like this melding of both black, orange, and red, with this slight parts of blue as well, very dark blue, kind of mixed together in its patches, and it's super sharp. It's like obsidian sharp.
Ooh.
And it's not smooth on like the sides of it. It's kind of unrefined and kind of jagged still as well, with slight imperfections still in it.
Mm-hmm.
But Seraphina, as you're looking over all of these, the axes are not magical. The sword gives off a very faint magical trace.
What kind of axes are they, by the way?
Sorry, both of them are battle axes.
And they're just vanilla battle axes. Okay.
Yes. The sword is actually a short sword, not a long sword. The javelin gives off a pretty strong magical evocation. Yeah, sure.
Ooh. Is that a lightning javelin?
And the halberd doesn't give off a magical presence, more of it's just... It kind of has a slight glow, but there's no actual...
No magic.
No actual magic. It gives off a slight glow.
What was it you said about the short sword, sorry?
The short sword is magical. Is the javelin I said, which is evocation.
And the halberd is magical. What about the spear?
The spear is... Wait, sorry. One, two... Yeah, sorry, there's a spear as well. Thank you, you reminded me. The spear is not magical.
Not magical. Is that just like a regular spear? Or...
Well,
I can't remember if there are different kinds of spear in this version.
There is one type of spear. This is... This is pretty regular when you two are looking at it. It's steel. It's quite nicely detailed. Saren, actually, you can tell there's definitely some dwarven design in it, as it's got like a ram in the hilt of the blade.
On the short sword?
No, on the spear.
Oh. Okay.
The sword, however, is very... it's very general design of a simple hilt. There's a little bit of etching on the actual blade itself, which is in Draconic. But that's about it.
And the javelin was lightning-ish, right?
Well, it has jagged lightning tips, yes.
Yeah, that was my guess. We haven't actually identified it.
No, lightning-ish, as in it looks like lightning, is what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You said the halberd looked like it was
it had a glow.
The molten lava one. Yeah. I like the halberd.
Well, I will take the magical stuff.
Okay. Which is the sword, javelin, and halberd.
And I will use 33 minutes to intensify the motion.
So long. This is why people don't want to be wizards. It takes forever. It's like you're just sitting there with this incantation in front of you, just like, I'm gonna have to sit here for like 10 minutes.
Why is it 11 minutes now? Didn't it used to be 10?
It's 10 for the ritual. Actually, yeah, it should just be 10. It's not 11.
No, it's plus 10 minutes, and the identify takes normally 1 minute.
Oh.
Okay.
That's why when it's something is an action, and then it's just 10 minutes because it ends on the last one. So technically, it's 10 minutes and 52 seconds. No, 48 seconds.
Anyway, as you guys are doing that, Aaron's still sleeping, so is if for more, or resting at least. Okay, so Seraphina, you go to your room, do you say, to identify, or are you just going to do it there?
I'm probably gonna do it, the first one, the one that Saren is super interested in. I would do that one first.
The
right
javelin.
in front of her.
Okay, you do the javelin, yes. And inspecting the javelin, you see these jagged points on each end, and it has a very gold and blue distinction to it. Actually, sorry, it's not gold. It'd be more brass cappings on each side, and in the center around the grip. In doing identify, you recognize this as a javelin of lightning.
Woohoo!
I make Darren aware of this as I hand it to her.
Excellent. Ulan, I think this one is for
I'm
you.
not there.
He's not.
Oh, you left? Never
He's,
mind.
he's down training, punching dummies.
Okay. I'll go excited.
No,
Well, I'll go
Aaron's
later.
asleep.
Wow. Okay,
Wow.
so the halberd. Moving on.
All right, so everything you can do the halberd next as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You do.
Might as well. Darren is super excited.
She's
and-
like,
What? There are sharp things. I can't help
she's
it.
poking on your shoulders, like, what is this? What is this?
I am not poking. That would be rude. But I am just sort of bouncing.
Her knee
Which
is
is
like
unusual.
vibrating under the table. It's like,
You're that super excited kid that's just jumping.
Can't
and
sit still.
plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So inspecting this, you find that this is a halberd of blood glass.
Of what?
Blood glass.
Oh.
Ooh.
which is one of the materials the
Yeah.
dude told us about the other day.
Here.
Yeah, I was going to say. Ooh.
Which, as you understand some of the details, it's rather, I guess, vicious is a good word, as it takes blood from its victims to actually both repair and increase the edge of the blade.
Okay.
I would tell Saren that that weapon. Oh, no. That it's basically a bad weapon, and that she should give it to one of the masters at the time.
Aww.
One is there.
No. Technically, nothing wrong with it.
Bad
It's
weapon.
his bad weapon to Seraphina. She's like, ugh.
Ooh.
And you go to identify the sword as it's the last one you've got to do. Sorry, short sword. And doing this one, you discover it is a short sword of +1.
Just a straight up +1.
Straight up +1. It is magical. Oh, and you see the description on it as strength and power is the draconic description on it.
I don't understand draconic, so
It's true, actually. But you understand the sword, so I guess you just know the inscription? Yeah, sure. It's part of the weapon, so sure. And that's all 3.
and I will also point out to Saren that it was this man.
Okay. I'll gather everything up, but I'm keeping the halberd and the javelin out, and I'm gonna trot down to the practice room.
Don't run, Miss Pointy Things.
I said trot? That's... oh, okay, I'll walk. Jesus Christ.
Well,
Does
this
Ithamar
is the
already
place to
have a
go
+1
around
short
fast
sword?
with pointy things. So.
He's a +1 longsword.
Okay. So his short sword is normal.
The short sword is D6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so normal. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a weapon.
It is a sword, yes. I'll give you the gold amount at some point. 'Cause it's not really usable at this point in time. But it's Saren, you're going to go down to where?
To the practice room to find Ulan?
Okay. You go down and you can hear this the signs of kind of martial shouting. And you peek through and you can see all these monks practicing, and you can very easily see the Dragonborn above everyone else following through. Ulan, yeah, you can do a perception check, see if you notice her. You're so focused right now.
Concentrating, man.
Yeah.
I'm like hearing 80s montage music in my head and everything.
I'll leave
I've
it be. I
got
won't
the eye
interrupt.
of the tiger, I keep it in a jar. What?
Wow.
But yeah. So you just go back up.
Yeah, I'll go back up.
Enjoy Sarah. Okay.
Did you just say you go back up and enjoy Senegir?
What?
Well, that's what
That's
I
what
heard.
I heard too.
Join Seraphina.
Okay, that's slightly different.
Oh my goodness. She could do that if she wants, but
Might as well. I have nothing else to do.
Wow.
don't take advantage just because he's not here. Gosh.
I was
Uh,
going to argue.
Complain.
True. So, as the rest of the morning passes,
I have
Oh.
something awesome.
sure. You got like 3 hours to spare.
Saren, do you want to go give that sword to Ithamore? Unless he was like already there, literally. Where was Ithamore?
He was in his room.
Where is Ithamore?
Or was he at breakfast?
He was in his room.
No, he was still doing his
Okay.
meditate trance, wasn't he?
You should give him the
finished
sword.
trance, but I've got to sit for like another 4 hours doing relaxing
Very
stuff.
little. Okay.
He's like reading a book.
Yeah, so I'm just basically sitting on my bed staring into space, bored.
Basically, like, can't
I'll
this
go
time
down
be
and bug
over?
Ithamore
Well,
then.
actually, Ithamore, you can do very simple activities.
Yeah,
Like, you can take a walk for 4 hours, like.
A walk would be a little too much. It's
Well,
more like
yeah, just stroll around the garden.
yeah, it's more like
Basically, like a casual
strolls,
stroll.
reading a book, eating, very simple things. That's basically what it is. So, where are you going, Seraphina? Saren?
I will go get Ithamore.
Okay.
Just, I'll knock on the door and I'll just. Oh my god. Saren is just bouncing from foot to foot with sharp things in her hands.
It is so dangerous.
I'll open the door and let her in.
And almost get poked by several punky things.
I step back to avoid the pokey things.
It's really bad because like Ithamore is like 6'2" or something, and
5'7".
oh, you're actually pretty short. Never mind. Saren is still very smaller than you.
How tall is Saren?
Saren's like
4'6".
Oh, okay.
so. This javelin and halberd, which he's holding in each hand, are like right up to your face
Yeah,
as she opens the
eye
door.
level
Sorry.
thing, So
Sorry.
I say, found some nice toys then, I take it?
Woo! Yes. This one's a javelin of lightning. I think probably give that to Ulan. He'll like it. And the short sword is +1. Would you like it? I don't know anybody else who wields.
I think I'm better off with the long swords I've got.
Alright.
Let's keep it in party bag, and we can sell it, and everyone can share in the joy then.
Money.
That's true.
Everyone can share in the joy. That sounds like. What are we doing with this sword? I mean,
Not that. Good God.
I was going to say, he sounds like a goblin for World of Warcraft.
It's
That makes
really,
money, friend.
it's really good for cutting things. You know, you just make some really nice sushi.
Did you?
Done.
Yeah.
It's our personal
Count
bread
the
knife.
loops by any chance?
I actually didn't catch that. Owen, can you say it again?
I said, did you have any? Have you had a chance to count the loot?
he
No,
means
I
the
haven't.
gold from the.
The big chest of coins.
No, we haven't counted it yet.
Shall we count it then?
You want my help counting?
Well, it was a.
I mean,
Full
I'll make
chest.
little piles of things and build a tower. I don't know. I'll amuse myself somehow.
It's a chest full,
I
so
will say it would
Alright.
take forever, considering you have to reach into a bag of holding to pull out each coin individually. Because you just tossed it in there. You didn't put it in a bag or anything. You literally threw coins into a astral.
Wait, did he not just put the chest in?
Nope.
I thought I put the chest in.
Did you put the chest in?
The small one, yeah, because it was a small chest.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought I just heard you throwing coins into it. Okay.
I thought you said I tossed the chest in.
Okay. I heard tossing coins in. But
I
okay.
think that was the kidding about
Yeah.
rage coin
Rage
tossing.
looting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so you put the chest in. That's better. Fortunately, they don't fall out of the chest, as
They just exist in the chest.
they just exist. So yeah, you can technically start pulling that out. There's a good number of variety of coins, of different ages as well. So you
So
two
what
could-
you're saying is that the actual value might not match the number printed on the coin. Because there could be like rare coins, the coin collectors will.
We need a
Yeah,
coin collector.
There's
Damn it.
a 2008 World Cup £2 coin in there.
Fortunately, I'm not that complex to care too much about economy changes, so they're still the same.
I guess at this point the
We can roll
coin
a
is
D20
actually
for rare
worth
coins.
its value as well. Like it is a gold coin's worth of gold to make a gold
Yeah.
coin, rather than
Mhm.
yeah.
So you two are going to sit down and start counting counts. Wow,
Well, actually,
Cointing counts. Wow.
counting counts. That is
That's a new one.
that's a game. I shall say. I am ill.
Impurity, because presumably older coins would be more impure. So they would.
Not necessarily.
They're more roughed up. That's all.
So a gold coin is basically that's the imperial weight of a gold coin, not the facing of it.
Yeah.
That's why
Gold.
you can use old currency because you only count the weight, not the gold value.
Gold is gold.
Gold is gold basically, and you count the weight.
So you two spend quite a while counting coins, one by one.
I'm not sure how much help Saren is being. She's just making little piles and then knocking them over.
Whee! It's like having a kid while you do having a kid right next to you while you do taxes. Like,
Well, she would
stop
rather
drawing on the taxes.
play
Take
with her
this,
new
the
toys.
tig. Just like flicking them over.
A castle of coins. Yeah. But yeah, you can start counting that. Yeah, sure. It takes you about an hour and a bit to properly count all the coins. There's a lot of small change. As you start counting, you're around about 5,000 copper coins. So yeah, it's going to take you to a while. But yeah, you get around 7,000. Sorry, 7,000. 5,000 copper coins. Oops.
Do you want to add them in, Trace, or do you want me to add them in?
I'm going to say you do it. He has not answered.
I don't
Oh,
think
that's
you
because
heard
I'm
it.
muted. Sorry.
Hey!
Oh.
Yeah, no, I've got the thing open, so I'll enter it in already.
Alright, so yeah, 5,000 copper,
Yep.
4,000 silver,
Yep.
2,000 actual gold coins,
Yep.
and 2,500 electrum.
2,500 electrum. Okay.
Both currency.
And any platinum or?
Nope, just that.
Okay, cool. We
It's,
have
just
so
a,
much money, guys.
it's just a mess of coins, which at some point you're not sure if you've lost some under the bed. You check underneath, you pull some out.
You start looking in couches like, where did this coin go?
Hang on. How much is electrum worth again?
2
One.
gold.
5?
What?
Oh.
Electrum is 5 gold, right?
No,
I
5
thought it was
electrum
silver.
per 1 gold. I think.
So it's worth 5 silver.
I think it's 5 silver, isn't it?
And a platinum is worth
10 gold.
10
10
gold.
gold. Hang on, let me just. I need to math this. So the electrum. After that is 45, after that's 25, so that's 7.
No, electrum is more worth than silver.
No, it's between silver and gold.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
a mix of silver and gold.
So it's 2 electrum per gold coin, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I
Basically,
half it,
electrums
and then
are
that's how many.
50p.
So plus 4750. We currently have 31,000 gold in the bank.
That's a lot of fucking money.
We have 5,000. Oh, we have 59 gold and copper coins. So, I mean, we should probably put those in the little bags and take them to a bank at some point.
Are anyone gonna go to Savant, or he's just gonna sit there doing his task that I've said?
Sitting outside? Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you know
you
what
do
I'm
see
doing.
Javert come. Javert does come fly by. But apart from that, you don't see anything else odd.
Okay.
Well, he might at some point maybe notice Serafina, depending on.
Oh, because you go outside as well, you said.
No, I'm
What?
going to my room. No, I want to be outside because fuck being inside because underground.
Okay.
Where I want to have a conversation with Pyrox.
Sure. You can do that anywhere, but sure.
Well,
He's in your mind.
Yeah, but being outside is nice.
Yeah,
Especially
it is
because
very
there's a sky to
crisp.
it.
Less flammable things.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, the most of the interior is metal, as you described it, so.
It's basically she will try to get the technical aspects of happens. So
Please give me stats, man.
well,
you shoot
without-
fire.
Yeah. But she will also ask if it's kind of where it comes from, how, whatever, kind of, yeah.
It comes from us. Me, mostly, but us.
Is it related, maybe, I don't know, to your hunger? Do you still feel hungry?
I am ever burning, ever hungry. It helps. Food helps. It's strange.
Huh. Well, Comics is not much of a talkative fellow, which I kind of know, but I want to after that run downstairs or inside and basically do what I did last time. I will start a campfire.
Oh. Sure. You make a campfire. About the same as last time, or?
Yeah, yeah, about the same as last time.
Okay.
Don't want to overdo it.
The pyromaniac has started.
We're just gonna carry around a lot of wood.
They always start small.
Wow.
It always starts with ants.
Yeah, you make a small little fire again with some wood.
Still super fascinated about how it actually works. And oh, I will touch the fire, absorb the fire.
Alright. You reach out your hand, concentrating on it again as you did last time, and almost without hesitation, a fire begins to flicker in your direction. And as it gets close to your hand,
Oh god. Yeah. Serafina is excited and curious and yeah.
That works. So what's next?
Oh. Well, there's a meeting where we're gonna find out where we're going next.
The below. It's dark. Cold. I don't like it.
I don't either. But they are causing trouble. And we need to make...
So targets.
Oh, some of them are, I suppose. Some might be good. I have never been there, so I don't know.
Fine. And he goes quiet.
And I'm just gonna sit there.
Okay. You sit by the campfire that's completely gone out. Just a small trail of smoke that's left. Anything else people are up to before the time comes? No?
If I don't get the answer, I don't.
It's a bird. Birds can't really give answers.
He can nod.
He kind of just tilts his head. It's like, alright.
You know, sometimes I feel very lonely with you.
And
Yeah,
he
you-
pops on your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of just ruffles feather in your face. And then flies into both your shoulders. Just
Okay,
goof.
as he's sitting on me, I'm gonna try to find Saren before I go to bed. Before Sound goes to bed.
Okay.
I'm
Which
gonna
is
stop trying.
downstairs with pointy things.
Yep. I have pointy toys.
Ah, Saren.
That's so.
Interesting
Yeah.
thing to have there.
I know. Would
As-
you look at this? I actually meant to come find you. This is apparently a halberd made out of blood glass. Serafina called it.
Can I make an intelligence check? Even if it be done on touch.
You haven't really dealt with much in the way of other ores, so you can try.
It's sort of in my trade at least.
Yeah. It's a bit rare though, so sure.
Yeah. No. I have no idea what it is.
9 and 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You heard it when you were here in the monastery, but you never seen it. It definitely looks like a villain weapon. It's like super pointy, jagged, unrefined, and it is dark black red.
As he yawns a bit. Well, what do you already know about it?
Not much. Seraphina seemed really upset by it. I think I might just hand it over to the temple.
Looks unrefined.
wonder
The
why
craft,
she kept
the,
it.
the craft, the scary craft master, he may know. Before he says that, he look around like before he says scary. Like, he's here. He's not here, right?
Cat? He's in the main forge area, so he's nearby.
Alright. I may go show it to him. I'll, as long as I'm not interrupting, I'll...
Oh! And before I go to sleep, that was them. Do you know where Bobo is? You were just returned, and well, I can't really get the answer as I look up at him.
No, I haven't seen him in a while. He's around here somewhere, I'm sure.
He just poofs in.
He just puffs on the shoulder.
See?
Well, I was a bit afraid when we left so fast that they maybe didn't know where we were going. So I stayed up and watched for you. You were Boo-Boo. Well, apparently Boo-Boo no.
Well...
As I look at you there, why didn't you come here?
I neglect to tell him about the summoning and dismissing. I'm just gonna sit there and stare.
Yes.
And just
because
try not to smile.
He don't know that.
Familiars.
Yeah. That's the thing. He's kind of hard when it comes to animals, and he's like, he stayed up all night watching for the animals to return.
It is very odd that there's an owl with like spiky horns, but you know.
And glowing red eyes, but
And-
minor details.
Yeah, you know.
I have a rare animal also, so. And but the thing is, Savant have a rare animal that is not from his continent, which is great.
Doesn't Savant know that Seren like summoned it last time though? Well, not like she didn't do the ritual, but she like re-summoned it out of nowhere the last time we used it.
I did.
Oh yeah, you used the stone actually. Yeah.
So you've seen Seren like poof the owl out of thin air.
Yeah, but the group have done weird magic.
You can definitely do an intelligence check for that because that seems very obvious. That's not natural.
Well, it could be like
A bird comes out of a stone.
Out of a shard of obsidian, I have to stab my hand in against.
I got a 4,
first.
so.
Yeah, you're not noticing anything.
Like,
You
I
are
don't feel-
so freaking tired. You don't even care.
I don't
You're like,
know if there's anything wrong with
bed.
this. Nah. Well, I'm going to bed. Wake me up if you need me.
Get some rest. We'll find you if we need you, yeah.
And Sound is just gonna face plant his bed.
Alright. Which is hilarious because the bed is size for average humans and you're like half the size. So it's just like, whoop. Alright then. As time passes
It's technically a king size bed.
and you guys carry on just doing some general walkabouts. Aaron, eventually you wake up. Ithamore, you finish stretching and exit out as well. And it becomes closer to your appointed time. So,
I will go, yes, thank you. She said it's bad, which is really... I mean, I know Seren's not the bright bulb, but come on. She's not that dumb either.
it's a pointy thing. It hasn't killed you,
Yeah.
and it hasn't taken over your mind.
You
So,
basically said, "I don't like that thing. It looks icky." Was basically the information you gave Seren. So I mean,
yeah. Saren, you can do an Arcana check. No.
Well, it was not really any
I
like,
can roll it,
information about
it's just not going to end well.
You totally could if you wanted to. It's like you're just looking at it like, is it really that bad?
As they have a beautiful mind. It's like, no, not really.
Yeah, if you want to actually inspect it yourself and second guess.
Well, Seren didn't ask why.
that's also true. She was jumping for joy at spiky things, so.
That is true.
Would
But
you have told
Serafina
her?
did look upset. If Seven had asked, you would most likely have said something.
Keeping secrets, God.
Yeah.
So then, Saren? What do you do with it?
Nothing. We'll wait till the meeting.
Okay, you're just gonna keep hold of it.
Yep.
Cool. So the rest of you eventually rejoin in the main chamber, looking for where Down is. Eventually, one of the other monks, which you don't seem to remember. I think one of you saw them as a guard while above, who greets you. Broken compass. You've been called downstairs. If you'd follow me, I can lead you down.
Alright, lead on.
Right, this way. And he leads you down the opposite side of the training hall, which is a very similar set of steps, but it actually keeps going, and you see it starts to spiral back towards the forge, but further underground. And it keeps going. Probably for about 10 minutes, you guys are walking down this set of staircases, which again turns, goes down even further, and then turns, goes down even further. And you can see from the walls around you actual sets of weapons and armor that have been put up as decoration and signs of achievement. All with names underneath of various monks that have passed all 3 tests and have actually headed down towards the chamber of the Master of the Forge. As you keep going, eventually you find there's a landing, which very quickly opens up into an actual cavern chamber of pitch black stone. Looking at it, you can very easily tell this is obsidian. And the floor itself is pocketed and cracked all over, almost like this was once a chamber of lava. At the far side, probably around 100 feet to the other side, is a large iron metal gate, probably at least 100 feet tall as well. And for as posing as it is, its decoration is almost beautiful. You're not sure how long it would have taken to craft all these intricate spirals and designs and patterns and what looks like lettering as well in places, creating this almost tapestry leading all the way up to the ceiling of what seems to be both a story and a tale with depictions all in one. It's hard to make out at this point as the actual metal is darkened, almost blackened in places from either heat, soot, or just basic corrosion. And next to it, you see both Ro, the Goliath, as well as Jungo. Standing standing beside her, actually in conversation, as the rest of you appear at the bottom of the steps, and they both see your arrival and finish their discussion. Junga is actually the first one to step forwards and kind of calls you over. Over here. Come. Apparently, Ro was the one that called you down here.
Yes.
Apparently, there was a deal or something you made about information. I also was supposed to share information. You did let me out. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
How are you feeling? Any ill effects?
No. The giants seem to have just kept me as a pet. They know better. Well, they should have known better.
Yeah, they're not very bright.
What's more concerning is that, well, you know.
Sorry.
Did you microchips? Wow. Alright. What's worst is what you found and fortunately dealt with. That Illithid. I was discussing with Ro. Seems whatever it was doing up here was trying to influence the natives. Ro, who's still got her arms closed, sighs, lowers her hands. I hear that you want to go into the Underdark.
But want is a strong word.
Curiosity, then.
It's more that we've noticed far too many stirrings from below, and we feel like the Underdark is the only place that'll have any answers for us.
And you want to take action.
Aye, pretty much.
You want to
Better than inaction.
take the initiative. The first step. Grabbing the opportunity to stop whatever malady is down there. Would this be a correct assumption?
More or less, aye.
Hmm.
Something bad is going on this continent, and it wouldn't sit right with us if we left it undealt with.
Maybe you can help. Maybe you can. Broken compass. Row bone crack. I am on a mission to go down there as well. Have a I have someone I know that's requiring help. We're convening down there. Django was supposed to scout up here. Unfortunate that you have to get captured. And Django kind of lowers himself a little. It's like, I didn't mean to get captured.
Oh, well, it worked out right in the end, didn't it? So.
It did. You helped a lot. And I can appreciate that. We can appreciate that. We had gotten word that a group, was being helpful in a number of ways, dealing with some problems over in Berlin.
Big, crazy, swirly kind of problem in the sky, you mean?
Preventing the assassination of the king and the queen? Yeah, that was us.
Well done on the second one. I was talking about the first one.
Yeah.
We had previously encountered one of the people who was ultimately responsible, well, not ultimately responsible, but was involved in bringing that to pass, so it's a wee bit personal, I guess.
Don't let it cloud your judgment. You want to focus on the bigger picture, otherwise you'll fall into a tunnel.
Oh, we're not as in we're on a vengeance spree. I just mean we feel a sense of responsibility to do something about it.
All is well. And you passed what the monastery gave you as a test. And from what I saw, I can give you a 7.
Is that out of 10?
Yes, out of 10.
That's a solid. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised you used more straightforward means of dealing with it, but that's not always a bad thing. We could use that.
Sometimes the simplest path is the best path.
Usually true. Where we're going, though,
We don't need roads. Sorry.
there are no paths. And sometimes down there can play tricks on you. Especially what's been happening recently. Movement of, as you've seen, illithids have been moving a lot more active than we used to seeing. Something that's caused them to stir. The drow have reacted. You've seen it. The Tyke. They weren't supposed to take that.
Well, it wasn't exactly just the drow at the take.
Which is also the problem. I need to go down there and find what's happened. Maybe a lot bigger than I thought. And with one of us already down there, I need to convene with the rest of them.
Who is it that is down there already?
And he kind of gives a kind of a wide smile. You've interacted.
Oh,
I
not that
figured
prick
as much.
Arcantile. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That does not surprise me in the least.
Has he, as they say, roped you the wrong way?
He seems to be an acquired taste that I've yet to acquire.
Yeah.
I can agree on that. He's had it too good for a while.
I don't think he's too bad.
Well, that's because...
He's not bad. He just doesn't know how to socialize very well.
No people skills.
I'm not entirely sure how to translate it from into common, but the draconic phrase would be "smarmy little douche nozzle," which is, you know,
Well, well, except for the meaning and crucible.
The boy's got a good heart. Don't worry about him.
Well, I did have an interesting conversation with him.
he's interesting, but I don't trust him.
We trust him,
Yeah, I don't see why we should not.
and we're
Because he
trusting you as well.
manipulated us.
Do you not remember what happened?
Yeah,
in the
do you not
capital?
remember the whole manipulation?
I do.
Then
Why
you're
would
okay
we
with what he
trust him?
tried?
I'm not okay with it, but
Hence us not trusting him. I mean, I don't know what's like. Yeah.
well, I would not say it makes one untrusting. Just
Well, you can
Well-
ask his reasoning when we get down there, if he's still alive.
Can I punch him first?
Join the Q zone.
If he's not
Fine.
injured too badly.
Excellent.
And if he is, we'll have Aaron heal him and then punch him.
Then we'll punch him.
Remember, I can lay on hands, so I can hold him for you.
Can you lay on hands as a punch?
seriously, guys. Seriously.
I prefer if you don't start thinking of ways of torturing one of my allies while I'm standing in front of you, please.
Torture is a strong word.
No.
Roughing up is a more active term.
I don't agree with this.
I don't think we're being entirely serious.
Well, I don't. Still
We're-
don't like.
We're frustrated with him.
Aye.
We don't really wish him harm.
Did you ask why?
Yes, I believe we got the ineffable I'm not answering you that question.
Basically.
Maybe it was a test. I don't know. Well, I've got what I need to get from here. I want to join. As she puts her hand on the door. We can talk more when we're on the move.
When do you plan to depart?
Pretty soon. Don't want to stand in this place for too long. I prefer the code.
Great.
And she begins pushing on the door as it begins to creak open, and you can just feel the rush of heat coming from it, almost comparable when you went to Murpha. And you can hear it as the door opens creakily, the sound of hammer against anvil. But it isn't just the sound, it's the resonation across the entirety of whatever is behind this door that rings out and is almost pitch perfect to the point where it kind of hangs for a second with every swing. And as Ro pushes it enough that she can pass through, she turns around. I think you can have an audience with the master himself. You can follow. And she steps in.
Ulan immediately follows.
Yes, she is carrying it.
Okay, so before we go to the door, Serafina will grab 7.
Yes.
I told you that weapon was bad.
Yeah. I'm going to ask one of the masters about it. We just didn't bother doing it yet. You want to tell me why you're so upset about it?
It's it grows on blood from the enemies.
Okay. I don't see a problem with that, Serafina, but if you do and it upsets you that much, I will give it to the temple.
I would appreciate that.
All right.
Because I don't think it should be morally correct. Good. English.
Fair enough.
Alright, do you two follow behind?
Yes.
Alright.
Yep.
As you all walk into this embrace of just hot air and the ringing that's coming from wherever, you enter in, and the surface changed from the hard black stone to... You're not sure. Nothing. You're walking on thin air. You look again. Glass? You look through the glass, and below is the centerpiece of the Mirror Forge, the crater and embodiment of what looks like lava, but is so clear you can almost see through it. It's as if someone boiled glass to a liquid state and it's just bubbling below you in a constant state of solidifying on the surface and then diving below and becoming molten again. And it encompasses an entire cavern which expands from what you can imagine the entirety of the monastery is above you, making the room roughly 200 feet wide of just this glass, followed by this whatever the substance is below, and you can hear this bubbling sound below. Ahead, the glass turns slightly darker, and you can see in the center a ruin of stone and iron combined together. And it almost looks like what once was a house, but there is no roof, there is just two walls and the makings of an archway. And there you can see the anvil in the center, and above it a giant of proportions similar to what you saw with Auden, of about almost 20 feet high, covered in leathers and straps across his arm and around his chest, and a hammer of both blackened iron and heat emitting from the front of it. Almost with every swing as you watch, fire emits from it, slamming into whatever he's working on this anvil, and then sparking, and then the ringing appears, which echoes throughout this entire cavern. And you hear it almost bounce from wall to wall to wall, and it reverberates and slightly changes its key, almost like it's harmonizing with each side of the wall. And just behind the connection point from here to above, a furnace which seems to be pulling whatever is below through it and up. As you look at the figure on the anvil, you can't see much of his face as he's facing away from you currently. What you can see is a long braid of deep, bright orangey red tied behind in a ponytail across his back, which goes all the way down, almost past his shoulder blades. And just out of the corner, you see the shapings of a beard. Watch your step. As Ro keeps making her way forward.
Dylan is going to very carefully follow.
And as you guys are stepping, your footsteps are also giving a very slight harmonic notes as well. Just a ching, 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 ching. Almost matching with the sound going across the rest of the hall. As you begin approaching, you're about halfway through, and you can see the grander scale of this figure, which is already humongous compared to this ruin of a house that surrounds him. And he's hunched over, making his form seem smaller than it actually is. But Ro, almost nonchalantly even, just calls out, "Runga, I hope you've finished now. I have waited some time." And the ringing stops, and just echoes for a second. The hammer is put down to the side onto the anvil itself. And the giant reaches up to his full height and slowly turns his head towards both you and towards Ro. He doesn't say anything, just stares. And similar to Ket that you saw above, there is a semblance of eyes, but they're deep red, almost like they've seen into fire itself. There is pupils, but they're dark black, like charcoal. It's just almost, in comparison to yourselves, possibly the same size as your head, but from the distance it looks like a simple dot. As he scans all of you, and then retrains his focus towards Ro at the front. "Emissary, you've waited long, impatient, but guided. I have finished what you were waiting for." And without moving, he reaches for one of the walls behind him and grabs what in his hand looks like a small piece of cloth. And as he picks it up, you can see it's definitely something wrapped in cloth. And he brings it forwards and places it on a table of what looks like hard iron, steel even, at the front of the house, which surprisingly is actually normally sized for normal races. And he just places it onto the table. "Take, and know the monastery has helped your order. Ro gives the deepest bow you've ever actually seen from her. Thank you, Master Conga. This will be used for the greatness of the entirety of Terra. I promise you. And she stands up again and moves towards the table and collects it off. And binds it with wrappings and places it onto her back and then straps it twice to herself. I will make sure it gets safely. I have brought with me those I intend to take. They have helped much in both this continent and across to Berlin. They call themselves Broken Compass, but the name is, well, just a name. Their actions have shown much. And the eyes move back over to you, to Ulan, to Ithamore, to Savant, to Aaron, to Seren, to Sith, to Seraphina. And just takes in yourself and more. You're not sure. You can almost feel the heat, not just from this area and the forge itself, but from his eyes. Oh, sorry, Savant, you're upstairs. I apologize. You went to sleep. Cross that one off. Welcome to my humble forge. Those that call themselves Broken Compass. I am the master here. Kunge. You are welcomed.
Ulan's gonna echo the bow that Ro did.
Alright.
We are honored to be here.
As you stare down through the glass, you again see the sea. You see the sea of glass below, which catches both your reflection and more. It's eerie. There's definitely something in there. It's even just for a glimpse, it unnerves you for a second. Kunga steps forward slightly to the edge of the relic that surrounds him, and grabs actually from the side of the building what could resemble a chair, but is multitudes size larger, as a stool for himself, and places it and takes off his gloves, these huge gloves which go up to his elbows, and just places them onto his lap as he just leans forwards, getting a little closer and more of your own height to he's about 10 feet high at this point now that he's sat down. Do you stand up from the bow?
Yes.
Okay. As you stand up, you catch his glaze as well. Ulan Ulava. Another from the teachings.
That is correct. I've travelled here from the Temple of the Azure Dragon.
I can see in the way you stand. You have learned much. From there and beyond.
And yet I still have a great deal more to learn.
You don't carry the mark of your temple, however. You did not complete your challenge.
Not as yet, no.
And he's still just staring directly into your eyes at this point. And his eyes shift to just behind you, Ithamor.
I give a bow.
Bryce.
I stand up and look up to him.
From this land, but not. You return to a home not your own. With questions that can't be answered. Carry forth.
It doesn't matter if I do not get answers, as long as I can do good here and serve my order well.
He flicks his eyes to Aaron.
Hello.
He just
I
carries
can
on staring.
step away from Aaron.
Just staring. And staring.
This makes me uncomfortable.
And staring.
Fix your hair.
I go, ow! Ow!
What?
Gertie!
There's echo in this cavern. You need to speak louder.
You have
I
much
take
to
another step
learn.
away.
Ulan's gonna put his hand on the sending stone and just say like bow or curtsy or something, you noob.
I'm gonna curtsy. Also, this heat is murder on my skin.
Responsibility is also a type of responsibility. Do well to keep yourself and those around you sane.
Yeah, they're not easy to maintain.
His eyes flick up to the two behind. To Seren.
I'll bow. The Bubo is probably hiding under my hair at this point.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I don't like this.
He just stares for like a solid 5 seconds, just watching. You have an odd sense of grace, but also the forcefulness not to allow others to get in your way. Important. But dangerous. Keep in mind, not all foes are physical. And his eyes flick to Seraphina, the smallest. Way at the back.
I wave at first, and then I do the oh right, and then up.
Burning one. You chase questions. Questions and their answers. When you can answer yourself. Being a fire. Your flames are not just for burning. They are interesting. Emissary. How they will fare below will be down to them. And he kind of, with some effort, he rises from his stool to his full height again, grabbing his gloves and putting them back on. Take leave. Below is worse than you imagine. And turns around again to his forge. As Ro kind of steps backwards, turns around. We should be going. Begins walking past.
when we're walking out, like when we're close, leaving the door, I'll whisper to Ulan, there's still suspicious lack of mirrors in here.
You look down at the glass below you. It's a perfect reflection. More so.
Yeah, but there's only one place that's remote, and it's like... Apparently you have to kill giants to get here.
Well, I mean, it's the Mirror Forge, not the Mirror's Forge.
Oh,
Why were you expecting more than one?
Right. That makes sense then.
And Aaron, actually, as you had such a high perception in general, when you caught the glimpse of your reflection, it wasn't your reflection.
Oh, who was it?
It was you.
It's
Wait,
you,
what?
twin.
But it definitely wasn't moving the same way as you.
You mean that other person moved gracelessly and without style?
No, better.
What?
More grace.
What? I will stop, look down. What the hell?
And you just see that your reflection just looking directly back at you.
Are
Okay,
you alright
then.
there, Aaron?
I'm fine. This mirror is amazing.
Don't look too far into it. You may go crazy.
Why?
Yeah. Nothing crazy going on here.
As Ro leaves and you will exit out after.
I'll try to imitate the walk I've just seen.
Okay. You can give me a performance, sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
+0. Where are my skills with +0?
Boom.
Well,
Oh.
wouldn't have
Look at
taken
you, Aaron.
it down since she said the thing about going mad. And
Okay. You, as you're walking out, you hear this and just like look down below your feet. And you see your reflection, normal as can be, and then it kind of focuses very slightly, just very slightly, enough that you see just behind your reflection another set of eyes, identical, but off.
oh, right.
And then you kind of blink, and then you just see an original reflection again. As you see the bubbles pop in the molten lake below.
I looked down to try and see what the two of them were staring at.
And you get very confused as you see yourself without a mask. And then you blink.
Blink, shake my head, and just.
And
look
then
back.
it's original again. And then you exit out. Outside
Hold
you
on.
Hello?
Do you think it's possible to ask them if they can make me a mirror?
I believe it is possible for you to ask them, yes.
Damn
You're
it!
capable of speaking.
That's not what I mean. Do you think they would?
Maybe we should help them out more before you go asking something like that.
I should do what? Sorry?
I said maybe we should help them out some more. Because the more you help them, I'm sure the greater the mirror they'll make for you.
There's only a limited number of giants I can slay.
I keep a bit hash about giant killing around the fire giant.
Well, wasn't he the one that sent us to do it?
I mean, technically you're not wrong, but
Technically, it was the other two, Desmond Durant. But sure.
that would be like standing around you, Aaron, and bragging about how many handsome men we've killed.
How many did we kill? Or rather, you guys kill?
Yeah, Wolftide wasn't too bad.
Oh, Ola, thank you for the compliment.
Outside, you see Django waiting, kind of just pressed against the wall. And Ro walks past you guys towards Django. You know what to do. Go ahead, find them. Figure out what's happening down there. We'll meet you there. Alright. Hopefully, at least one of them's down there already. I don't like it down there. And with effortless, he almost pops off the wall and disappears up to the stairs that you guys came up. Well, I hope that didn't frighten you too much.
It was.
It was what?
Interesting.
It always is. Seeing your reflection can be disturbing. I suggest you guys get your things and get ready. I have a Underdark to show you guys.
Oh my god.
And we'll end there.